Hey, what's up, Lizard Circus fans? It's Dictator Joe, with the very first episode of the BlueCast NS. Now you're wondering, what does the NS stand for? And the NS stands for no script. That's right, this is the very first time that I am just winging this bullshit. And if you're wondering why, it's because I do want to deliver a BlueCast every week, but I cannot afford to script and edit multiple BlueCasts over the course of a month when I can hardly do one a month. So what I'm going to be doing is every once in a while, when I don't have a real thought-out BlueCast for you, I'll just, talk for a bit, sort of how I'm doing right now. Without a script, with only a mild goal of topics to discuss, just pretty casual stuff. I don't know how often I'll do this, but I figure this could actually turn out to be better than what I usually do. So let's get to the topic for today. Right now I want to talk to you about this thing. It's been going on for a while, but it's sort of actually calmed down. Leave it to me to be late in covering a topic again. It's about this particular discussion that's been going on a lot, and I can't really seem to get my mind off of it. Now, if you're not on YouTube often, you might not know what I'm talking about. And that's okay. You don't need to know exactly what I'm talking about. And in fact, I'd prefer if this entire situation be viewed more anonymously. Basically, there's been a lot of ruckus about something called the junior high generation. It's a term that was coined by somebody who I'm not going to call out. By the way, before I even start this, if you feel like I'm calling you out on something, no, I'm not. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to call anyone out. I'm not going to call anyone by their names. This is just me venting my thoughts that people might care about. So anyways, if you do feel offended, then I am sorry. You're interpreting this way wrong, and I do not mean to attack anybody with this. Okay, the junior high generation. If you're wondering what the hell that is, then I'll explain it to you. Basically, it's what the people who named it are calling it a new generation for YouTube. Basically, these kids who are mostly 12 to 16, therefore the name junior high generation, there's these new YouTubers that are around those ages. They're younger than the rest of us, and they have some weird traits, like they can't receive negative criticism, they can't really identify trolls or jokes, and when they get criticism, they kind of tell people, yeah, don't listen to this guy, he's a bad dude. And they have what people consider by this point to be a very generic style, which, by the way, this is an entirely separate rant, but in 2010, people would have eaten this shit up. It's amazing how much people hate what they used to love. But that's not the point. So, let's recap. They're young poopers, they can't take jokes, and they take stuff seriously. So, what does that sound like to you? Because to me, that sounds like every new generation of YouTubers ever. My generation did it, the 2011 generation did it, and now this generation's doing it. So, what do I think? You all know, oh, that JoeTheBlueDragon, he's a liberal. You can't let anyone say bad things about people who are different. That commie pinko. And yeah, obviously, I'm not a huge fan of this. But I'm going to give you the other side of the argument first. These kids are definitely getting under some people's nerves, and I can understand why people would have reason to be upset about them. That aside, it's really kind of pointless. I'm going to be mentioning a lot of things that people have already said, and like I said, this situation is kind of dead, and I'm really just a big asshole for bringing it up again. But what I think people don't understand is that everyone listening to this BlueCast right now, not to offend any of you, but we're all idiots right now. Do you remember how you used to be when you were 3 years younger? You think about yourself when you were 3 years younger and you're like, holy shit, I was a complete idiot back then. Well, this doesn't stop happening at any point in time. In 3 years from now, you're going to think you're stupid as of 2013. And so on and so forth. That's just how it works. And the people who are younger than you think are stupid. It's just... I wish I could, explain it, but it's just something that happens. And anyways, this is exactly what's happening in YouTube Poop right now. Kids who think, I'm so much smarter than I used to be, are seeing these new kids and they're thinking, these new kids are so stupid. But they're not stupid. They're just new. They're just young. You gotta understand, you can't expect people to walk into YouTube Poop knowing every single bit of the freaking genre. They're gonna use generic styles. They're going to not know internet sarcasm. And they're gonna be idiots. That's the thing. It's the internet. You're gonna run into idiots on a regular basis. And these kids, they're not any different. I'm not naming any of these kids, by the way. If you try really hard, you could easily find this thread that I'm talking about. But anyways, that's basically my spiel. It's not even a matter of, be nice to these kids. They're the future of YouTube Poop. No, it's not even that. It's that just, who cares? Eventually they'll get over it. And one other thing. What was I going to say? See, that's the problem. I need a script to know where I'm going with this. These new YouTube Poopers, they're not impossible to ignore. It's pretty easy if you just want to block them. They're going to say, fuck JoeTheBlueDragon. He blocked me. He blocked my penis account. Okay, that was a weird example. But you understand. Just block them. And I know some people have said, well, I don't want to block them. I don't want to be mean to their face. Well, sorry. If you don't want to be mean to their face, but you do want to be mean behind their back, that sort of makes you a two-faced asshole. Sorry. Just saying. So, you gotta come to terms with this. You either gotta just deal with them and stop complaining and say, okay, these guys aren't that bad. I'll help them out. Eventually they'll stop being stupid. Or you gotta say, I don't want them in my life. Block them. Forget they existed. Because, I know a lot of people are tired of hearing about this, and I'm hoping that this is, the final nail in the coffin for this discussion. But, nobody wants to hear about them. They're kids. They're gonna be kids. So just let them be kids. Wise words. And anyways, that's basically what I wanted to talk about today. So this was the very first BlueCast no script. So if you like what you saw, comment and subscribe to the Lizard Circus. There's some new videos on their way. Oh, if you haven't seen it yet, you need to watch the second installment of Needs More Subs. That was pretty fantastic. But anyways, tell me what you think about this in the comments. What you think about the junior high generation. And also tell me if you think this whole no script idea is a good thing. Because I feel like this could work out if I start to get good at it. Right now I know this is probably going to be trash when I upload it. But I think that's okay. It's alright to have something that's just me rambling without a script. Because I'm always rambling. This time it's just, I don't have it set word for word. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this episode. See you next time.